Hello everyone, welcome back. Please comment, subscribe, folks, comment, subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos. I want to thank everyone that does like, watching, and share my videos. You folks are the absolute best. Listen, folks, there's a link tree down below. Has the links to all of my social media platforms. Please go down there, follow me across all my social media platforms, and talk to me because I talk back. Also down there as well as links to all of my YouTube pages. Please go down there, subscribe to all my YouTube pages, and turn on your notifications so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. Now, with that said and done and put to the side, I've come to talk to you folks today about the New York Jets, Davante Adams, and Garrett Wilson. Yes, oh yes. There are some decisions that need to be made, and I hope that the New York Jets make the right decisions here. Okay, this Jets wide receiver core, it could look different. It could look different if things fall certain ways here, all right? Comment down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell. Give the video a thumbs up. And again, comment because I want to hear from y'all about this situation, all right? Now, listen. As we all know, the Jets are moving on from Aaron Rodgers, okay? They put it out there. It's said and done. They're moving on from him. He'll be somewhere else next season. He's not going to come back to the New York Jets. It is what it is, all right? Now, when you look at this situation, right, there's a lot of fallout from that because a lot of people immediately, once they heard about that, including myself, right, once I heard, hey, Aaron Rodgers is officially, he's going to be moved on from, I said, okay, well, what's going on with old Davante? Now, there's been a lot of talk on what the Jets will do with Davante Adams. Will they cut him? Will they trade him? Right now, you look at Davante Adams' contract, what he's going to make next season, this 2025 season. Baby, his base salary is $35 million, okay? Now, keep in mind, none of that is guaranteed. So if the Jets cut him, they're not going to eat anything crazy, all right? That's said and done. I personally, if the Jets are completely, bent on moving on from Davante Adams, right? I would like to see the New York Jets try to trade him, okay? Now, the reason why I would like to see the Jets try to trade him if they're absolutely going to move on from Davante Adams and it's a done deal in their minds, right? The same way they're moving on from Aaron Rodgers, is that because I want to see them recoup some type of capital, back because we did give up some capital to trade him. So if we can get something back, hell, I'll take a fourth rounder. If you'll give it to me, I'll take a third rounder. You know what I'm saying? I'll take a third or fourth rounder. And hey, he can move on and let that be that. All right. But if they can't do that and teams don't want to offer anything at all, I think the Jets will end up moving on from him if they cannot trade him. Now, listen here, man. In my heart of hearts, I would love to keep Davante Adams on the roster. I would love that. I would love for him to be a New York Jet through 2025 and to keep him here. Now, keep in mind, he's 33. That would take Davante Adams, number one, wanting to be here, okay? And that's why I'm just like, I've come to the conclusion that I really believe that the Jets are going to just move on from him. Because Davante Adams came from a situation with the Raiders where he didn't like their direction. They weren't winning enough, and he wanted to compete at a high level, and his homie, Aaron Rodgers, was here and a New York Jets. So it was just a complete fit. Boom, boom, boom. The Jets look good. They got a great defense, the roster. Aaron Rodgers is there. That's the homie. I know he's going to get me the ball. I know we going, at least in his mind, I know we're going to succeed offensively. Let's get it. Let's go. Things didn't work out that way. But when you look at the Jets now, with Aaron Rodgers moving on, you go into the mist. You don't really know what the Jets are going to do at quarterback at this point, okay? We could draft. We could end up getting somebody in free agency. Who knows what's going to happen? But as of right now, you don't have no answer at quarterback. And so when I see these situations, right, floating around, it leads me to believe that Davante Adams is not going to be here. But I would love to see him be a Jet. He would have to rework that deal, though, okay? He'd have to rework that deal and bring that cap number way down and get something that works for him and works for the team. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think the Jets will move on from Davante Adams as well because I don't think he'll want to be here. Now, along with moving on from Davante Adams, I think they're going to move on from Allen Lazard too. Baby, Allen Lazard is on the books for $13 million next season. There is no planet. There is no planet, okay, in the entire solar system, right? Where you could tell me that Alan Lazard deserves to get paid $13 million as a New York Jet next season. He's about as inconsistent as you could get since we got him. It's insane. He's never turned out to be the wide receiver that we all hoped that we were getting, okay? Like from the drops to the nonsense to the look, he's more than likely going to be cut as well. If the Jets cut him, they save over $6 million in 2025 and over $8 million the next 2 years. So he's going to be gone as well, more than likely. I cannot see him coming back and being a Jet, especially not under those numbers. So that leaves Garrett Wilson, right? Here's the big guy. Here's our guy, right? It is imperative that the New York Jets get a deal done with Garrett Wilson and keep him a Jet for as long as they can. It is imperative. If you're moving on from Davante Adams, more than likely you will be, and Alan Lazard is cheeks, he's gone too. You don't have really nothing, okay? You don't have nothing at wide receiver. And that is not a good position to be in, especially when you're looking at the landscape of where we're going, okay? Trying to acquire a young QB, figure out the future with this situation. He's going to need the type of wide receiver that Garrett Wilson is, okay? You don't have a long-term, young option here at wide receiver. Garrett Wilson is the guy. He's the top, guy here as far as young and just can run and do his thing. That's Garrett Wilson. As much as, again, I love Davante Adams, he's 33. He's not the long-term answer, okay? Listen here, man. You need to give a young QB, because that's what the New York Jets are going to try to do these next couple of years, is find a young QB to throw the ball here for however long that they can keep him, right? Keep him upright. If you're trying to find a young QB to lead your franchise, you have to give him weapons to succeed. Far too often, right, as a Jets fan, we have watched the New York Jets draft quarterbacks and not do enough around them to help them be successful. Sam Darnold being the one that comes to mind immediately. For those of you that do not know, I am a USC Trojans fan. Fight on. When we drafted Sam Darnold, I couldn't believe it. And we never gave Sam Darnold a number one wideout. Never. We never gave him enough weapons to succeed here. We got rid of him. We moved on from him for Zach Wilson. We saw how that worked out. And we saw Sam get to the Vikings this past season and really light things up. And we saw what he was able to do out there with Justin Jefferson and all them boys they got over there with the Vikings. And they went to the playoffs this year, and he was cooking during the season. Cooking. Man, he was cooking people, right? You got to give your young QB weapons. And it is imperative that you keep Garrett Wilson here to grow and help groom and grow and help a young QB progress here, all right? Keep in mind, Garrett Wilson has had over 1,000 yards every single year that he's been here since he's been a rookie, okay? Actually, he was the offensive rookie of the year in 2022, all right? Keep Garrett Wilson. Do not let this guy walk out of the building, because if you do, oh, Lord, it is going to be miserable. It is going to be miserable going forward, all right? This guy's, he's the real deal, okay? Comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. How do you folks feel about the possibility of the New York Jets moving on from Davante Adams? Do you want to see that happen? Do you want Davante to stay a Jet? Comment down below. What are your thoughts about Garrett Wilson and his situation? Do you want to see the Jets keep Garrett Wilson a Jet for years to come? Do you want to see the Jets give him a big contract? Is it imperative in your mind that the New York Jets keep Garrett Wilson? Comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. You folks have a good one. Peace.